Hey, tech founders. So, are you that tech founder who is getting opportunities in the commercial market, but you have been telling yourself, like, I need to tap into the federal market, but you have not done so yet? Well, if that's you, then you are in the right place. Welcome. I am Shevvy, and as your business development and SBIR consultant, I help tech founders like yourself to tap and break into the federal market with strategy, but also help you submit SBIR merit-worthy proposal so that you can build a sustainable business without burning out. If you're new here, welcome to the Executive Innovation Show. I'm your host, Shevvy, and this is where innovation meets funding and execution meets leadership. And today I want to talk about the fourth quarter, the federal fourth quarter, and I'm going to share with you inside of why this last quarter matters and what you can do to tap in and break into the federal market as a first-time tech founder looking to win government opportunities or create partnership through subcontracting opportunities. So welcome. And if you're new here, drop a 1 in the chat so that I can welcome you. And also part of what I do is really helping tech founders to not only tap into the federal market, with submitting, getting opportunities, submitting proposal, but also looking at SBIR opportunities and submission, because we do the work for you. But another key component that I help clients tap into the federal market is through partnership. So you never know who is joining the live, who is tuning in, watching later on. So drop a 1 in the chat and share in the comment what you do, what service that you provide, and who you would love to connect with in a sense of partnership so that you can grow in the federal space. I'm also streaming right here on LinkedIn, which is my main platform, but also on YouTube, which at the Executive Innovation Show, and on Facebook, just look for Shevvy Mac, but on YouTube, definitely go ahead and check it out when you're done watching it here, of course. But today, let's talk about federal opportunities, federal contracting opportunities that you can tap into as a tech founder. And, I've served tech founders in this space to really apply for innovation grants, but also create partnership as well too. And what I've learned and the clients that I've served, but also clients that are looking to work with me, they have not tapped into the federal market, not yet, okay? Because the key thing is to help them to really look at their overall process and see how they can position themselves for federal opportunities. And that comes in many different forms. But why quarter four? So if you are looking to tap into the federal market, you want to start like way ahead of the game. Yes, we are in quarter four. There are still opportunities, but I just want to share, like, when you're really looking at bringing yourself into the space, is not just let me go ahead and apply. It's really being intentional, being strategic, and positioning your company for success, and not just temporary success. We're talking long-term success. Because when I work with clients like you, my tech founders, is really looking at how can we position them for sustainable growth. And quarter four with the federal government is essential. And I'm not speaking theory, okay? I'm speaking by facts, because I have 22 years plus of serving in the United States Air Force. And I have been in that position multiple times where end of year funds had to be spent, okay? Keyword, these funds must be spent by September 30th. So quarter four is critical. It is essential. There's opportunities for you to tap into that pocket of money, depending on the agency that you're pursuing. So part of what I do is really helping my clients to position, because you can't just jump in. You have to identify, okay, quarter four is coming. What agencies am I looking to position my company for? And not just the agency, also looking at within that agency, which department, because we know, like, for example, DOD, we have multiple agencies that we can tap into, but you have to be very intentional. And that's why you bring in someone, a BD like me, or you can do the work yourself if you have time. And to be honest, and if you're being honest with yourself as a tech founder, you don't have the time unless you bring someone on your team. You hire someone to say, hey, whether that's an employee, a subcontractor, or a fractional BD like myself, to come in and do the work for you. Because I know you don't have the time. I'm having conversations with tech founders. I've served tech founders, and they are saying, Shevvy, I don't have the time, so we're going to hire you to do the work, because they don't have the time. So quarter four, it's not just you know what? It's too late. It's never too late when it comes to the government. Okay, because the government needs your services. And I'm sharing this because, like I said, I have been in that position on multiple occasions where we have a budget that we project, okay, from October 1st to September 3rd, this is what we have per our unit. This is what we need to spend before 30 September. And this is the perfect time for you as a first timer looking to tap into the market to do your part. And that is aligning yourself with the right agency. And I'm telling you, when we have money to spend, and I've been in that position, we are spending every single penny, because we don't want to leave any money behind. Because if we do, guess what? That money gets transferred to different organizations on that base installation, for example, or it might be go back to a different department where, hey, your section did not utilize this money. That tells us you don't need this much for next year. But we know we cannot predict what will happen, especially if you're supporting DOD. So with my experience, my job in the Air Force was really focused on sustainment of the force. So if you are, whether in tech, whether you are in food service, whether you are in lodging, making sure people are bed down, that they have a place to sleep, they have entertainment, they have childcare, they have activities, supplies, you name it. Or mortuary as well too. If we need flags for the transfer case, if we need transfer case, if we need different items for body bags. So there's so many things that we as military or federal employees are looking at that we still need to continue to support the mission. And Q4 is your time to tap in. Even if you have software, guess what? We new computers may be needed. New software might be needed. New phones might be needed. So there's a lot of different things that you can tap into in Q4. So Q4 is essential, is important. And okay, I have a few people joining me. I am so in my zone. I have the Slay Queen. Thank you for joining in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And she knows because she spent 30 years in the United States Air Force. So the Slay Queen, Rochelle, understands the importance of Q4 and the amount of money that we have remaining per unit that has to be spent. And we have Chanella Maxwell. Thank you for joining from New Jersey. Welcome, 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 welcome. So yes, as you all come in, like I said, share what you do in the chat because you never know who is listening. Because when it comes to tapping into the federal market or breaking into the federal market, you have to look at how can you create a partnership. And that comes with building a relationship. That comes with identifying people that you may be like, oh, let me connect with this person. So definitely drop in the chat what you do and also where you're joining from so I can welcome you. So Q4 is important. I'm sure I talked about it. Like you have to look at Q4 as your opportunity. There's no guaranteed opportunities, of course, but this is your time to tap into the opportunity because those money has to be spent. And with the federal employees, military, civilians, they want to spend the money. And if you want them to spend it with you, then understand the importance of Q4, which again, this time, June, they're planning, they're sitting down, they're having conversations because this is what we did on active duty. We sat down again and say, hey, because guess what? Leadership is saying, y'all, how much money y'all still have left over? What are you all going to spend that money on? And then guess what? Whether you are the chief, the commander, the superintendent, you're over your section, you're the flight chief, whatever that is, you're going to sit down with your team and identify what all is needed on the federal side. So they already planning the things that they need to purchase. Now you as a tech founder, you got to do your research. Okay. This is what you can do. You have to look at researching, and that means positioning your company to be that person. Like they say, you know what, we need to get with J3M because we need the services that she has, this company has. So position your company for federal opportunities is going to be essential. And this is what I help my client to position himself for when it comes to federal opportunities. Also, another thing that you want to make sure is updating your capability statement. Yes, you have one, but my question to you as a tech founder, when was the last time that you updated that capability statement to reflect what you have done? Because maybe you have been in business for the last 5 years, 10 years. Maybe you don't have a capability statement. And this is something that we help clients with to make sure that that capability statement speaks to the end user, speaks to that organization, speaks to that federal agency, because you don't want to send a capability statement that is not in alignment. So again, you want to position yourself for federal opportunity. You want to make sure that your capability is updated with relevant information and showcase your capabilities in the sense of how you have done in past experience. But also what I like to add is, what was the outcome of you serving that specific company? And show that on the capability statement. Did you save them money? Did you save them manpower? Because again, with the government, they want to see how you saving organizations money, resources, how you reducing their risks. Excuse me. So these are things that you want to input on your capability statement. So these are things I'm just sharing with you that you can do on your own, or you can also decide to say, hey, let me reach out to Shevvy and have her help me to look over my capability statement, provide edits and insights so that you can be positioned more effectively. And another thing that you want to do is outreach. And I know you don't have the time, you don't have the capacity to go out and, position your company to go out and, update your capability statement, because again, that takes time as well too. But you have to do outreach, and you're busy. But these are things that I do. These are things that I've done for my past clients, is doing the outreach, attending the industry days, sessions, and really understanding what the companies and the organizations are looking for. These are things that I do on behalf of my clients. And when you decide to bring me in as your fractional BD, this is what I do for you as well, to say you can really focus on what you enjoy doing, which is being the CEO, which is executing on deliverables so that your customers' needs are being met, and also making time for family, not working the 16, 18-hour days, because guess what? You have your core focus that you get to focus on within your business. So these are things that you can do as a tech founder so that you can position yourself for sustained success in the federal market. Because again, you're new to this, but you don't want to get lost in the process, because it's a lot of information. And I guide you to make sure that you are in alignment, and we're not wide. We are focused, and we're not out here trying to tap into all the things. Okay. So as a tech founder, you have to do research. And maybe you don't like to do research. You don't have time. And I understand you're not alone. I get it that you are a busy individual, but you need someone on your team who has the time and capacity to do what is needed as a fractional BD person to support you. Because like I said, Q4 is your opportunity to tap into the federal market for the first time. Whether that be through a subcontracting opportunity, or it could be, a prime opportunity where you are able to execute and deliver on that contract on your own within your company, because guess what? You have experience in the commercial market. Now is your time, your opportunity to bring that over to showcase how you can support the government so that they can execute and meet their mission. And that's what I want to help you with. All right. So Q4, it's your time. Don't wait another 2 months, 3 months. Okay. Because Q4 will end the 30th of September, my birthday month. Okay. Couple of days before my birthday. Okay. About 3 days. If you're looking 3 days before, after my birthday, the Q4 is over for the federal government. So as a tech founder, if you've been saying to yourself, there's so many opportunities for the federal market, in the federal market space. You would love to be a subcontractor for a prime. You would love to just kind of put your capabilities out there and see what opportunities are available. Then you are in the right place. This is what I do for my clients. This is what I will do for you. And it starts with the foundation, because I know that a lot of people are jumping in and just kind of going with the flow. But for me, it's making sure that you are set up for success from day one. So what I do and what I would like to offer, if you decide to say, hey, let me reach out to Shevvy, is the Federal BD Readiness Strategic positioning. This is a 90-day opportunity for us to work together so that I can help set you up for success, not even help, set you up for success and position your company for sustainability. And that encompasses a 90-minute session with you and I, where we actually talk and discuss your vision, your goals for the next 6 months to a year, so that you can plan. Because remember, we want to plan out, but also we want to identify opportunities, making sure that, hey, a pre-BD readiness, are you ready? So that we can see exactly where you're at on this scale. Hello, Samarine. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Welcome, because I will jack somebody's name up, not intentionally, okay? But welcome. Thank you for joining. Please drop in the chat what you do, where you're joining from. And we are talking about really tapping into federal market for within the last quarter, okay? This is Q4 coming up, but this is the time from experience. I'm not speaking from theory. I'm speaking from facts and things that I have done while serving on active duty. I'm no longer on active duty. I've retired September of 2023. So when it comes to understanding what's going on right now, meetings are happening. We are identifying what we're purchasing, whether that's a service, whether that's a product. We are making those decisions right now. And our accountant is saying, this is how much you have left to spend. Here's what you need to spend. And we go and spend. We get the contracting squadron officers and individuals. And guess what? We put those things in. So the contracting office is going to be doing a lot of work Q4. I have friends who have worked in the contracting office for years while on active duty. So I understand and I know what they are experiencing, and they want us, the end users, to put those requests in so that it can be purchased by you all, whether you're a tech founder, whether you're providing a service for mental wellness, whatever you're selling. Yes, I'm speaking to tech founders, but you don't have to be a tech founder to resonate with what I'm saying and use what I'm saying to tap into the federal market for the first time. So as I was saying, so definitely I have an opportunity for you to work with me, and that is really helping you to build a foundation. And that includes a 90-minute strategic session where we sit down and I understand your goals, your expectations over the next 6 months to a year, and really looking at where you're at. Are you positioned correctly? And then positioning your company for success. Also, real-time review of your capability statement. If you have not looked at your capability statement within the last couple months or 6 months, or you haven't made any updates, definitely I will go through, I will provide edits, and then you get to review and decide whether you want to move forward with those edits or not. Also, positioning your company for federal opportunities is going to be key. Okay. And also I provide you with a customized strategic plan for the next 6 months. Even though we're working for 3 months, we're going to customize it because, again, we're looking at the long-term sustainability, and that plan could go out to 12 months, to 18 months, to 2 years, depending on what you're trying to do. Okay. And then we're really looking at their strategic roadmap. Okay. Where do we start? What organizations do you want to partner with? And again, like I mentioned, which agencies within those organizations do you want to partner with? And we're not talking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 agencies. We're talking about the top 3, because I'm going to be very real direct with you, because I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your resources. I want to make sure that we are intentional and we are able to be clear on what we are looking for and who we're looking to sell our services to or partner with as well too, because that's going to be key. And also part of this process of working with me as a fractional BD is you may not have time to write the proposals, but guess what? I do. So if you are in this space and you're like, you know what, I've been really thinking about tapping into this federal market space for the last 6 months, for the last couple of years, but you have not got any traction, you have not yet received or decided to move forward, then this is your time, friend. This is your time to set your business up for success when it comes to the federal market space. But before I continue, So we have Samarine. Hopefully, like I said, I'm pronouncing your name correctly. He said, we assist with government proposals, RFPs, RFQs, RFIs, ensuring compliance and strong staff and strategies. Our team has supported wins at the federal, state, and local levels. Available for a quick call. You can reach him at that number. Thank you for sharing that. And there's so many opportunities for people to support you, whether it's Samarine, whether it's me. There's different level of support, but you have to decide what is it that you're looking for. But if you're looking for someone with integrity, who is not going to gatekeep the information, who is going to position you for success, and who is going to be your partner to make sure that you are successful throughout this journey, then I invite you to reach out to me. Because like I said, I don't want to waste your time or your resources. I'm a person of let's get it done. Okay, let's get it done. So if you are in the market and you have been thinking about bringing on a fractional BD, I invite you to send me a DM and say ready. Or what I will probably do, I'll put a link for you to click on, and also book a call if you choose to. But if you don't want to call, send me a DM. Send me some questions. But again, Q4, this is your opportunity. The government is spending. They're going to continue to spend, and we're going to continue to pray for the men and women in our armed force, all branches, including the Space Force. But no, honestly, like this, what is going on within the United States right now impacts our military as a whole, which impacts spending resources, because again, you have to sustain our warfighters. And as things continue to go where it's going, guess what's going to happen? They're going to need your services. They're going to need your support. But we want to make sure that you are positioned and ready to provide that support if needed. But that is all I have for today. Honestly, like this is the time for you to set your business up for success, and really not just setting it up for success for this quarter, but also fiscal year, the next year, because guess what? October 1st, new spending is happening. So as a tech founder, no more wasting time, no more saying what you had planned to do. Let's take action. Let's take those words and put those words into actual action by bringing in someone on your team. That could be someone permanent. That could be someone temporary, or that could be someone like me to support you. Any questions, drop them here in the chat. I would love to answer any questions before I close out. And thank you all so much for joining, Rochelle, Shanella, and Samarine. Thank you so much for joining and also sharing what you all do. And if you have not shared, drop it in the comments and just kind of share, because you never know who's watching this hashtag replay later on. But I want to say thank you for joining me on the Executive Innovation Show. And as your host, your host, I really focus on helping tech founders as their BD and SBIR consultant to break into the federal market with strategy, but also helping them to submit SBIR merit-worthy proposal submissions, because the goal is to help you to build a sustainable long-term business without burning out and losing yourself in the process. Don't forget to go to my YouTube channel, to the Executive Innovation Show, subscribe, leave a comment, share it with a friend, and reach out to me if you would love to learn more about my BD strategic readiness and positioning offer. All right, y'all. Well, have an amazing day and tap into the federal market. As always, this is where innovation meets funding and execution meets leadership. We have to execute. All right, y'all. Have an amazing day, and I will see you all next Wednesday.